What's your first name again?
Orlando po, pero Orlando lang.
Kaya bukas na bukas din, lilipad ka ng Amerika, uuwi ka sa tatay mo. Oh my God!
Gastos pala nito eh.
Oo nga eh. Sabi nga ng tatay ko, ba't ko ito pinasukan?
Kaleidoscope World, December 25 to January 7, Metro Manila Film Festival. And it is the only indie film in the whole 8 entries. And as I was saying, this one is not all about money. This one is love and passion for cinema and for the topic. There's a huge hip-hop dance community in the Philippines. As a matter of fact, there is an annual international hip-hop competition in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's on its 14th year, and out of the 14 years, twice the Philippines won first. And the All-Stars, which is the name of the Philippine dance crew, will be in Kaleidoscope World. Among other dance crews, I think there are 6 or 7 dance crews, and the music of our late, great Francis Magalona. Okay, back to Larry and Harry. By the way, Larry Bruhard has his own program here. He's a GNN host. His program is CSR, and Larry's program is, of course, Talk to Harry.
No, let's talk to Larry and talk to Harry, but
all right.
Harry's is Talk to Harry. That's,
okay, well, we haven't. You haven't said much about this. You really can't. I mean, will you really get into?
No, not about. About that particular thing. The fact is, I must have missed out because I've been out of the country. But as far as people twisting the news any way that they can, that's happening everywhere. It's happening certainly in my country, and it's one of the things that has bothered me about what's happened to journalism. You know, we perpetuate lies. You know, and you was talking about perceptions. You know, I mentioned it earlier that there's a Japanese saying that, you know, if a dog barks at an illusion, 10,000 other dogs then bark at it as the truth.
How do you say that in Japanese?
Well, I don't remember at this point. No, but I mean, that,
because
he's
fluent in Japanese, by the way. He's fluent in Japanese.
The point is that people use that. You know, you tell a lie often enough, people will believe it. That has been the focus of Fox News for now since what, the early, since
the start.
Well, since 2000.
Since the start.
It's the idea you tell a lie and you tell it often enough, everybody gets to believe it.
Okay.
You know? And that's one of the things that I think is very sad about journalism. We don't have journalists standing up and saying, "Wait, this is wrong."
Okay.
Just because I want it to be this way doesn't mean I should be reporting it that way.
Right.
You know.
Okay. Now let me just again set out this premise before we start our discussions again. The opposition, the political opposition, plus their backers, have been spending a lot of money on commentators, people in media, opinion makers, to bash the government. Just watch out. I mean, I'm not pointing my fingers, but you know, if someone was pro-government, all of a sudden became anti, or someone has been mercilessly, you know, bashing the presidency, the government, just watch out. And use your mind, use your thinking, and don't get carried away with this, because there's big money, there's billions circulating to make sure that this government goes down. And it's up to millions of Filipinos like you and me to make sure that doesn't happen. Now, I'm making no allusion to the opinions of Harry Tambuatco, because as I said earlier, I know he's true, he's pure. If not, he won't even be in this program. Okay, so Harry, as you were saying.
Looking forward, we have 2014 coming.
You were saying about the cabinet.
You know,
yeah, okay.
the issue is not necessarily Pinoy. Although he does make some mistakes, he does open up, he blurts out statements which should be irrelevant. Example, to all my critics and all the people against me, bahala na ang Diyos sa inyo. It's unprecedented, number one. Number two, the people around the president have all been very, very close to him and for some reason very protected. And he's insisted on keeping them around him for now 3.5 years. Not for anything, but again, based on perception, based on media and all the bad news that's derogatory to a lot of the people around him. Marojas being one, Dinky Sulaiman being involved in the peace bonds. Biazon, which he refused to take out, who resigned on his own, only to blame that there are bigger influences and pressures around there, and he's insinuating already there's a lot of corruption within. The spokespeople of the president who bicker among themselves and who bite the media every time they talk to the media. There's so many people around him. That's why it was called from the very beginning a student council presidency. I don't understand why he does not get technocrats to come in. If there was one thing different about Ferdinand Marcos, he took the best people around and he made sure you work here or else there's nowhere else to go.
You know, okay, I agree with most of the things that you said.
That's all. But the president per se, I don't think he's a bad man. The problem is, he is being, who was it who just told me that just the other day? Boy Saicon. He believes very strongly that the president is being shielded and protected by these people and he's not getting the right information and he's being like a puppeteer. Some people are puppeteering and using him and he's being alienated from the people rather than becoming more endearing. So you've got to remember, perception can be truth, even though it is generated, as you well pointed out. The problem is, the power and authority that perception generates become real, and that's how we live on. Now, unless you are these billions that you're talking about, I don't even get a penny out of that. I wish I did, but what I don't understand is, have they bought all media? Hang on, the biggest propaganda machine is the president's. It's, you know, he has the biggest. And yet, they're the ones who make all these mistakes. There's so many analysis that's coming out. And then again, at the end of the day, it's perceptions. I no longer believe the surveys that are being promoted by his family and those that own it there. Come on, it can't be real if the netizens and Facebook and all of this and the people talking on the streets are anti the president. But no one condemns him personally because he's not a crook. He's real.
He's being condemned.
Yes.
He's being condemned left
now
and right.
He's being, because of the people around him, not him personally. I think the closest that got hit him is his sister, Balsi, together with the husband on the Inicon deal with the $30 million.
Which was not true.
Well, yeah, but how suspicious you are in Prague, right next to the Czech Republic, when the Czech Republic was just hit. I mean, a little too inconvenient.
Okay, now, Harry, you'll be surprised, but I agree with what you're saying. The president is not perfect. But, okay, can we just support him? You know,
not with his cabinet. In 2014, should we require change, the president
2014,
should stay.
that's next year.
Exactly, starting January. All we need to do is get rid of the allies that are derogatory and that pull him down. Get rid of Alcala. Now he's already into this problem. Get rid of his subcontractor or his USEC, Kalawag. Let's get rid of the peace bond woman who got hit with there's many in his cabinet. Replace them with technocrats without politics.
Okay, but you know, I can just hear Pinoy and the past presidents before him, Bill Clinton. It's the economy, stupid. I mean, our economy is doing pretty well, and he's put the best people in the economy. That's why I noticed he didn't mention anyone in his financial team, which is good.
No, hang on.
Which is good.
No, hang on.
Kim Henares.
The perception. No, the perception. One day, Kim Henares will suffer the programs that she initiates.
Okay, can you do this in sign language?
I believe.
I can do as well as the guy did.
Like Mandela, the Mandela guy. Come on, do it.
I can do as well as he did.
Yeah, do it. Come on, Harry.
You're dancing to the 40s, man.
Come on, sign language. Seriously, try to.
No, but
there are some hearing impaired people now.
Can I jump in just for a second here? you've used this word perceptions. Perceptions aren't part of it. Perception is everything.
Exactly.
Perception is absolutely everything. But it sounds to me like you're having, we have a situation in the United States where the opposition party, the moment that the current president came in 5 years ago, they said our whole job is to make sure that he doesn't get reelected, rather than saying, okay, we want to do what's good for the country, we want to do things, we're just going to be against it. And those people have persisted, you know, throughout the whole thing. That's not the way a country is supposed to be run, you know. The idea of an opposition party, the only way that democracy works is if you have a loyal opposition. And it sounds to me like you've reached that point. You were talking about missing out on democracy. Democracy fails when the opposition is no longer loyal to
the opposition.
Okay.
to the country. So is that what's happening here?
Yeah, that's it. Goodbye.
Okay.
Yeah. I
There's
mean, that's
my 2
it. I
minutes.
mean, I'm getting
out.
signals.
Okay.
The
Oh,
real
we're out.
thing.
Okay, we're
the
out.
real,
Okay,
yeah, the
okay.
real thing. The real deal signal. So, gentlemen, thank you very much. Larry, it's been a
thank you,
pleasure.
thank
Thank you
you.
very
It's
much.
Merry Christmas,
Larry, it's
Jerry.
been a pleasure and a privilege to have these two gentlemen here. You know, I mean, we not only make a lot of sense, we're also having a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
So with that, thank you again very much.
Thank you.
Harry
Thank you,
Tambuadco, Talk to Harry, and Mr. Larry Bruhard in CSR, GNN House Hall, and of course, this is Open House with Jerry Cornejo. All right, so until next week then. Oh, by the way, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And let's not forget that Christ is the reason for the season. So put him on top of your gift list. All right? Till then, I love you. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Christ is the reason for it.